Hello guys, my name is Zygis and today I'm filming a new video about freelance, about UpWork and how I made my first $1,000 on UpWork and how you could do simply the same thing by following a couple of steps that I did in my way. So on January 20th, I began my profile and my journey on UpWork, and 5 days later on 25th of January, I completed my first job. And it was a job for I think $80, something like that. But I will show a screen share of mine here so you will be able to see everything. So after 5 days, basically 1 week, I got my first job and completed it. So it's not that hard as many people say to get your first job. You simply need to put some work in it. And in that period of time, I wrote about 40, maybe 50 proposals, and a proposal is simply a letter to the client so that he would order from you and not other clients that write the same proposals. Now going even further, on the 15th of March, that is about 20 days later, I withdrew my first $400. So again, about a month went by and I had already about $400. So that is actually good, and at least for me, I think it was really good. And later on the 8th of April, I earned another $600. So to count a little bit, it took me about 2 months to get my first $1,000. And I think that this is really good because after that, I got even more money and I was able to earn even more because I was a top-rated seller and I got more clients and more expensive clients that paid me more money. But the first 1,000 is really important because after that you can become a top-rated seller, and top-rated badge changes a lot of things. So what tips I could give you so that you would be able to earn the same $1,000 even faster than me? So first of all, let's talk about the profile picture. And simply you need a clear profile picture with you smiling, and it should be of good quality, and I think this is truly understandable. The next thing is description. So write a thin description with keywords in it. For example, I'm a videographer, so I use keywords like Premiere Pro, video editing, video filming, color grading, and so on. Basically include keywords so that Upwork would know what you are about and would rank you higher. Next, have a great portfolio, and this is really important and probably the most important thing on your profile, because I cannot say how many times clients wrote me about my portfolio that it was either good and they saw it and they want to work with it, or basically I'm applying for a job and I can show a good portfolio, and after that they write me like, yeah, we saw your portfolio, and none of the times they write about description or profile picture. So make sure that you have a great portfolio because clients really look at it, and I think that this is one of the things that clients look the most. So have a great portfolio, because I got many jobs only because of a good portfolio. So the next thing you should do is choose the right clients, because if you spend time writing a proposal for a bad client, you will simply waste your time. But how do you choose the right client? And there are 3 things to look at: their rating, their reviews, and the job description. Now the job description has to be brief, clear, without mistakes, and simply it should look professional. So if your job proposal looks professional, neat, and you would like to work with such client, you can apply for the job. But you should also take a look at the rating of your customer. And if your rating is from 4.8 stars to about 5 stars, it is a really good rating, and you can simply feel free to apply for this job. I also forgot to mention this, but look at the payment verified badge on the customer, and simply if he has a payment verified badge, Upwork will secure you from any scams. And finally, look at his previous works, how much he charged, how much freelancers got paid from him, also what reviews freelancers wrote about him, because this can say a lot about a customer. So make sure that you look at all those things and don't waste time on bad clients. The next really important thing is choosing the correct price, and that has helped me a lot. Because if you go too high, no one will hire you. If you go too low again, no one will hire you. What I did was that I bought an Upwork Plus subscription that costs about $15 a month, and by buying that, I was able to see how much money other people bid for a certain project. And I myself would go between the average and the low amount of money, because that is a golden spot, at least I think, for beginners. Because if you're a beginner, you won't have a lot of trust, and clients don't want cheap work and don't want expensive work, so they go between the average and the low, and this is probably you. So if you apply for a job, simply go for that amount of price to win a client. So the next thing is a good proposal. Now, I had to learn this throughout my career on Upwork, because writing good proposal is pretty hard, but if you understand how it works and what clients need, it becomes really easy and you can win a lot of jobs with a good proposal. So I will leave an example of a good proposal in my description so you can simply copy and adjust it by your own needs. But a good proposal should be quite short, it should include your work examples, it should have a little bit information about yourself but not too much, and most importantly, you should write how you can help the client. So in the description below, you're going to have an example, so just you can copy paste it and change it a little bit, because if you copy paste your proposals, it won't work. So make sure that each proposal is as unique as possible and as personal for the customer as possible. So write good proposals, write smart proposals, and not only the long proposals where you talk a lot about yourself, because for a client it's not important. So the next thing is a rising status badge. Now it is really easy to get the rising status badge, and it gives you a lot of pros. For example, you can go for a higher price, you're more trusted by clients, and you can do many other things that you couldn't do as a beginner. So rising status badge basically gives you more trust and more money. And what do you need to do to get that? Well, first of all, you need to complete the UpWork readiness test, and it is really easy. It takes about 30 minutes at most, and it's simply about how UpWork works and simple questions about how would you interact with clients and so on. And after you complete it, you will be able to get your rising status badge. Now, what you need to do next is complete your first job, and I did it in 5 days, and you can do the same, so 5 days at most, 1 week. So after you get your first job and you complete your UpWork readiness test, you need to make your stats a little bit better and show that you are improving. At least you need to show that for UpWork. And you can do so by simply applying for jobs, because after that more people will see your profile, your stats will go up, and after that UpWork will see that your profile is improving and will simply give you a rising status badge. So it's not hard to get one, but it gives you a lot of profitable benefits. So aim for that rising status badge. And the last thing that will determine how much money you will earn is the amount of work you put in. So the more you put in, the smarter you work, the more money you will get, and your time really pays off in the long term. So make sure that you work a lot, you work smart, you write a lot of proposals, your proposals are really good, perfect, and if you have additional money, you can buy a Grammarly subscription to make sure that your proposals are good, there are no writing mistakes, the structure is good, it is easy to read and simply better for the client. And this way you're going to earn that 1,000 even faster than me, maybe in 1 month, maybe in 2 weeks. It depends on how much work you put in. At least for me, I didn't put that much work, and because of that it took 2 months for me to make that $1,000. So if you put more work, you're going to do that even faster, and it is really possible. So this was it for me. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video, because it can help me a lot to grow this channel, and I hope that this video was helpful and that after this you're going to create your UpWork profile and make thousands of dollars through it. So goodbye.